This is Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Albertsons. I'm Star Sports editor Ryan Finley, here with Greg Hansen. Greg, 20 years ago last week, perhaps the greatest moment in Arizona football history. Sports Illustrated sent out its 1994 college football preview. There on the cover was Teddy Bruschi and the Arizona Wildcats. I can remember the headline in my head, "Rock solid, Cats are number one." Now, Arizona did not live up to that preseason hype, obviously, but you made an argument in print that 1994 might have been the greatest year in Tucson sports history. Sell me on that.
I got the idea when Sports Illustrated's 60th anniversary issue came out last week, and they highlighted 1 year per decade. So I thought, what was the best year ever in Tucson sports? And I spent way too much time going over stuff, and I finally said 1994.
Right.
And you can make a pretty good case, 1994, 20 years ago to the anniversary of the Sports Illustrated cover, was the best year in Tucson sports history.
Greg, take me through that. What were the biggest sports moments of that year?
Arizona high school teams won 8 state championships. Rincon won 3.
Rincon. Okay.
So it was shared, you know.
Yeah, it was shared, yeah.
Arizona's basketball team got to the Final Four. Damon and Khalid show. They had the best golfer in the Pac-10.
Jason Gore.
The best runner, Martin Keno, track athlete of the year. The best swimmer, Chad Carvin. Jim Furyk made his debut on the PGA Tour and at the Tucson Open, finished 7th in his first ever pro tournament.
Wow.
Not too bad there. Wow. The U of A softball team went 64-3.
Whoa.
64-3, won the national title easily. Broke like the all-time home run and RBI and batting average records in college softball. So pretty good year.
Wow. Greg, it wasn't just a good year, though, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head here. It wasn't just a good year for U of A sports. It was also a good year for the Copper Bowl.
Copper Bowl had BYU and Oklahoma. 54,000 people showed up.
Whoa. Wow.
The Colorado Rockies began their second year in spring training in Tucson, and the Diamondbacks announced they would play in Tucson that year.
Wow. The Colorado Rockies, that was Blake Street Bombers. I mean, Big Cat, Dante Bichette, all those guys.
Hojo.
Right? Wow.
Hojo. Tucson also had an LPGA tournament that year.
Who won it?
I don't know.
Pass. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. This is Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Albertsons. Greg, when you did your research, what year came in second, and was it even close?
You know, I didn't think it was close. Once U of A swimming became a top 4 program in the country, then every year you would bump them in because they were almost won the national title every year. And there were a couple of national championships in golf in the 90s, which came close in years where U of A basketball was terrific. But I just thought because of the Sports Illustrated cover and the Desert Swarm era, that kind of capped it with a Final Four.
Greg, if you were to pull a college football fan out from a sports bar in, say, Middle America somewhere, Peoria, Illinois, and put a finger in his chest and say, what do you know about Arizona football? What would they say?
Teddy Bruschi, Desert Swarm.
Right?
That's what I think.
Right, and it's in part because of that cover. I mean, that cover stands 3 stories tall inside the Jim Click Hall of Champions. Even though Arizona never lived up to the preseason hype, it's still a feather in their cap, don't you think?
Yeah, but when you're here and you lived it, it was such a letdown because they lost to Colorado State at home when they were number 2 in the country.
Wow.
I mean, you can't do that.
Right.
And the final game of the year, they held Utah to 74 total yards and lost the bowl game to Utah, giving up 74 yards.
That was in the Freedom Bowl, right?
Yeah, and they lost it. The all-time crusher was they lost 10-9 at Oregon in a game they should have won and gone to the Rose Bowl. So there's an asterisk by it too.
Greg, we're going to jump off. We're going to finish up here with the best college football fun fact I know. They played Utah in that Freedom Bowl. Last second touchdown pass, who threw it?
The head coach of the San Diego Chargers.
Mike McCoy. We'll leave you with that. This is Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Albertsons. For Greg Hansen, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
It's game time here at Albertsons, so listen up. It's our goal to help you score great deals. So pay attention to the game plan because you could win Cardinal season tickets, the chance for your child to be a Cardinal kickoff kid, or $10,000 cash and other prizes. Here's what you do. Look for this tag, buy $10 worth or more. Grab your prize code at checkout and enter it at scoregreatdeals.com. Now let's play football. Get in the game for your chance to win.